Let's talk Vladdy-Daddy bad boys. I'm talking about the main male lead in vampire romances. So I have my main male lead, Quinn, and obviously he's very tall, dark, and handsome, but he is also a bit awkward. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm R.I. Paulsgrove. I write books, and I'm going to talk to you about my characters. Yeah. So some of the biggest things I notice with vampire romances is the vampire guy is tall, dark, handsome, and suave and seductive and so cool. But that's not my Quinn. Quinn is absolutely tall, dark, and awkward. He has moments where he will be imperfect. Like there's this one scene where he makes coffee for Rianne and she takes a drink of it and it's just a bunch of coffee grounds in water because he didn't know how to make coffee. Why doesn't he not know how to make coffee? Because he's 500 years old and has never ever once used a modern coffee machine. So I wanted to show him being imperfect, but also that he really cares about her. I noticed that in a lot of these vampire romances, the guy doesn't seem to care about the girl. He's just domineering and mean to her and intimidates her. So I wanted to make Quinn kind of the opposite. I wanted to show Quinn being gentle, caring, kind. Obviously, he has a dark side and enjoys torture as a casual hobby, but he'd never hurt Rianne. So, yeah. Where else was I going with this? Oh, yeah. Quinn is the type of person who, if you are on his bad side, you're going to suffer. But if he cares about you, he is going to be your biggest protector and the person who is going to be a huge help to you and all that stuff. Now, a lot of times with these vampire romances, it will be made clear that the guy is obviously very wealthy and that the guy can kill the female love interest. Like, he'll be like, oh, I could do so many things to you to make you hurt. And then girl's just like, oh my God, he could, but he wouldn't because I'm just so special. Like, eh. So one of the things Quinn does is he tries to make Rianne feel safe. Unlike a lot of these other guys who are just like, I could kill you so easily. Like, no. Quinn's like, yeah, I could, but I love you and I care about you and I would never want to hurt you. Another thing I noticed with a lot of these guys, Vladdy-Daddies, why am I calling them Vladdy-Daddies? Oh yeah, because I play Sims. And if you're a Sims player, you understand who Vladdy-Daddy is. So Vladdy-Daddies will be like, they just won't care. They'll see their love interest kind of like nervous, like trying to like pull away, and they'll lean in closer. No. When Rianne gets nervous and pulls away, Quinn backs up and gives her space. Why does he do that? Because he actually cares about her and he doesn't want a prisoner. I mean, another thing that is really weird about vampire romances is how the guy, he says he loves the female love interest, but he doesn't act like it. He acts like a douche, pardon my language. He's so concerned with like owning her and treats her like property. And she's just like, I guess he's rich and seductive and I want to be a vampire. No, Quinn and Rianne, they build a solid friendship and Quinn respects her and he is very well aware of the massive power in difference and he acknowledges it and makes her feel safe. He takes steps to make her feel safe enough to say no to him. Why? Because they're an actual couple who care about each other. Unlike 99% of these vampire romances that just fall so flat, in my opinion. I think these vampire romances frustrate me so much because they are written like these epic romances, and the way the characters respond to the main couple, like, it's so deep and it's true love and it's so beautiful. And it's actually just toxic. And what kind of message is that putting out into the world, especially for young girls? And if, on the flip side, for guys. For guys, apparently it's sending them the message of, oh, if I'm just sexy and domineering and force a woman to bend to my will, they're going to fall in love with me. Like, no. No, 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 no. Another thing I noticed with these Vladdy-Daddy bad boys is that they don't show emotion. They don't have sadness. They are never vulnerable. A thing that I really try to do with Quinn that a lot of my readers, especially older men, appreciate is that Quinn is vulnerable at times. He has emotional needs, but that doesn't take away from his masculinity. And why are old men reading my books? Because they're nice. Because they saw me at a book stand and were really, really, really nice and, bought my books and then reached out to me and told me how great it was. Now, let me be clear. It wasn't in a creepy way. I never felt threatened by any of these guys. I never felt like they were trying to hit on me. It was a very much like a grandfatherly, like, hi, let me help you out. A little bit like a pity read, but then they come back to me telling me that they really like it. I have had a few creeps, but those guys, they usually don't buy my books. So, yeah. Also, usually when I have book signings, I have my husband right there. So that's great creep deterrent. So, anyways, but yes, so I just wanted to clarify that. That's why I think a lot of old guys are reading my books. But it works. It touches them. I need to get my mind out of the gutter. Why am I like this? It makes them feel understood, is what I've heard. They tell me it makes them feel understood because a lot of these guys have been shamed for having emotions. So seeing Quinn have emotions and be vulnerable with Rianne and Rianne supporting him emotionally while that not being taken away, like that not taking away his masculinity, has been really helpful for a lot of these older guys. And I'm just like, oh. But yes, no, I know. I have a problem. I have a very, very dirty mind. That's where Lucas gets it from. It's true. I don't know what to tell you. That's where Lucas gets it from. Lucas has my sense of humor. I can't believe I just said that. Oh, I'm gonna regret that. I'm gonna. Moving on now. Moving on. So, yeah. Quinn does follow the standard rich guy trope, though. Why does he follow the standard rich guy trope? Well, for starters, he was born into a wealthy, noble family in the Middle Ages. So he got a lot of his wealth from there, but then he used that wealth to build a bunch of multi-billion-dollar businesses because he was bored. Because you're 500 years old, what are you going to do with that time? Are you going to just sit around reading? No. Quinn got bored, so he started a bunch of companies, and he had the money to start. And then he used that, and he made more and more and more. I feel like with a lot of these rich vampires, it's mostly just like, oh, they saved up. Or maybe they're a doctor. But, like, I don't know. I always feel like when a vampire in these other books are like, it's like super wealthy, it feels almost like, yeah, you can save up as much as you want, but like I think about Twilight and how Carlisle had a job, but did any of the other vampires have jobs? I don't think so. I also read somewhere that I think Alice would like cheat with the stock market. That's how they got a lot of their wealth. But I remember when I first read the book, it's like, okay, Carlisle being a doctor in a small town, does that really add up to having a private island? Like, was he able to save? Like, how long did it take him to save? Anyways, I wanted to make Quinn being wealthy make sense. So I used the fact that Quinn was really smart, he's very business savvy, to kind of show how he got his wealth. So All right, let me think. Is there anything else I need to cover? No. All right. I think that's everything. If I think of anything else, we'll just make more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to buy my book. This is available on Amazon and the Dead Soul store for free, and it's also available online at Barnes & Noble. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this in my other video. Please subscribe, I guess, if you want. I always feel awkward asking people to subscribe to my channel because it's like, aren't you gonna do that anyway if you like the video? I genuinely don't understand what difference it makes. I guess just a sweet little reminder. I don't know. If you like my videos, please subscribe and talk to me in the comments because I'm lonely.